Welcome to another story made by Oracle 1. Forget Me. In the heart of the city, nestled between glass towers that gleamed like shards of ice under the mid-morning sun, a pharmaceutical revolution was underway. A company named Lucentis had just unveiled its latest creation, Nemos, a drug promising total memory erasure. Not just the mundane forgettings of lost keys or fleeting thoughts, but the complete obliteration of any one memory, vivid or painful, permanent as if it had never been born. Nemos had captured the public imagination overnight, hailed as both salvation and scourge by experts and laypeople alike. Gabriel Harlow was not one of the believers. At 34, Gabriel sported a haggard look that belied his intelligence. Deep lines cut across his forehead, and dark circles tethered his tired eyes. He was an investigative journalist who had once chased scoops with feverish energy, but the story he was pursuing now gnawed at his every waking hour like a parasite. Something about Nemos did not add up. His editor had warned him off. The company wielded political influence and swarms of lawyers, and digging here risked everything. But Gabriel had a reason. 3 weeks ago, his wife Sasha had taken Nemos voluntarily. She had begged him to forget the memories of the accident that had shattered their lives. Their son, Marcus, was gone, lost to a twisted highway collision that had left her a shell of herself. Sasha's grief had overwhelmed her until Nemos was offered as a kind of mercy. He had watched as the light faded from her eyes, the warmth in her smile replaced by a vacant calm. The woman who once loved him was slipping away piece by piece. He hated the drug, he hated what it had done, but more than that, he hated the shadows creeping into his own mind that whispered the impossible. That Sasha still remembered. Could still remember. The news cycle had more or less crowned Nemos as a miracle for trauma. Soldiers came forward applauding. Victims of abuse petitioned for access. But beneath the glow of publicity, an undercurrent of unease rippled among the community of former patients. Reports surfaced of nightmares, of visions, of memories bleeding through the drug's supposed impenetrable veil. Gabriel was about to find out why. It was nearly midnight when his phone buzzed against the oak desk in his cramped apartment. The screen identified, "Unknown caller." He hesitated, then answered. "Gabriel, it's me, Sasha." He dropped the phone like a hot coal. His mind scrambled, reeling from the impossible. Sasha's voice sounded thin, distant, like a whisper from the edge of a dream. "Where are you?" he demanded, voice choked. "What do you want?" "I remember. Every damn thing. I can't stop it. It's like pieces of glass lodged under my skin. The memories, they're coming back, even after Nemos." The line went silent for a heartbeat, then she said, "There's someone else. Someone who knows what Nemos really does. You have to find them." Static flooded the connection before she vanished into the void. Gabriel sat stunned. For months, he had fought to keep hold of the fragments of Sasha he loved. Now, that fragmented part fought to come back, defying science, logic, and hope alike. He slammed the phone down and began to type feverishly. Names, leads, rumors. He wasn't chasing a ghost anymore. He chased a truth someone wanted buried, deep beneath layers of lies. Lucentis Laboratory was a fortress hidden beneath the gleaming city streets. Access given only to those with high security clearance. Gabriel had managed to finesse a meeting under the pretense of an exposé on the company's groundbreaking advances in neuroscience. He was directed to a pristine boardroom where the phalanx of company executives and scientists awaited. Dr. Miriam Clark, the chief neuroscientist on the Nemos project, was a brisk woman with sharp eyes that seemed to dissect everything with laser precision. She greeted him politely but with the caution of a predator sizing up prey. "Mr. Harlow, we are proud of Nemos. It represents the future of healing emotional trauma." Her voice was crisp, yet it is not without its challenges. What challenges? Gabriel asked, trying to keep his own eyes from revealing the storm within. Why are there reports of people remembering after taking Nemos? Dr. Clark's lips thinned. Nemos targets long-term potentiation pathways in the brain to disrupt specific synaptic networks tied to a selected memory. It's remarkably precise. However, even precise machinery has limits. Gabriel leaned forward. Limits? Like incomplete memory erasure? Possible. Memories are not stored in a single locus but in distributed networks. If a memory is highly emotional or reinforced, partial recall can persist in peripheral circuits. That is rare, but it happens. Gabriel scanned her face. It was clinical but not unkind. Still, behind those eyes, he sensed an unspoken secret. Is that all? He pressed. Dr. Clark hesitated, then nodded curtly. Yes. After the meeting, as Gabriel left, he noticed a faint movement by the security corridor. A figure cloaked in shadows disappearing behind heavy doors marked, "Restricted Access." His reporter's instincts flared. There was something under the surface that night's glossy presentation flinched to hide. Back in his apartment, Gabriel's thoughts swirled like a storm at sea. If Nemos wasn't flawless, if there were lingering effects or even dangerous side effects, someone had to know. Someone like a whistleblower. But from where? Whom? The next day, he traced a name buried deep in the documents he'd obtained: Leon Mathis. Leon Mathis was a former Lucentis employee, a researcher dismissed abruptly months before Nemos was greenlit for mass production. Rumor had it he had disagreed with company policies and raised ethical concerns. Gabriel found Mathis living in a dilapidated apartment block in a forgotten district of the city. When Gabriel knocked on the stained door, the man who answered was gaunt, wild-eyed, and looked 10 years older than his 48 years. Leon's face was a map of desperation. A man who knew dark secrets. "What do you want?" Leon's voice was hoarse but edged with a flicker of hope. "I know about Nemos," Gabriel said. "I'm looking for the truth." Leon stepped back and motioned him inside. The apartment was cluttered with papers, diagrams, audio recordings, a shrine to paranoia and obsession. "Sit. Talk fast," Leon said. "Nemos isn't what they say it is. It's not just deleting memories. What else could it be?" Gabriel whispered, awe and dread mixing. Leon's voice dropped. "Nemos rewrites them." Gabriel's heart skipped. "Rewrites? How?" "Your brain's memories aren't just stored, they're living narratives. Nemos scrambles the original but replaces it with a fabricated story. The patient thinks they've forgotten the trauma, but really, they're living in a lie. A lie crafted by the company, to control people's perceptions. To dress reality in a safer, better version." Gabriel shook his head in disbelief. "That's monstrous." Leon pulled out a flash drive. "There are recordings, confessions, hidden tests. Once they masked it all behind the veil of therapy and hope." "You want proof? This is it." Gabriel pocketed the device, determination hardening in his jaw. "I need to talk to others. To those who remember despite Nemos." "Good luck," Leon said bitterly. "They're silenced before anyone can hear them." Days passed as Gabriel followed the digital breadcrumbs across forums, secret chat rooms, and anonymously posted videos of Nemos recipients sharing fractured memories of half-truths and shadows. The deeper he went, the more sinister the picture became. Patients described waking from the procedure feeling serene but haunted by flickers of something else, buried beneath the surface. Then nightmares. Echoes of memories that did not belong to them. Distorted images of events that never happened to their knowledge, but appeared rooted deep in their subconscious. For some, this led to identity crises. For others, madness. Gabriel began to suspect that Nemos was not only an unethical tool but a weapon, able to rewrite history within a person's mind, remolding truths with manufactured fictions to erase inconvenient political memories, public testimonies, or to control populations traumatized by societal horrors. Late one evening, Marcus's name slipped onto Gabriel's laptop screen from an encrypted message. "They're coming for you. Remember what you can, before they make you forget." The warning unsettled him. Who was they? And why would Lucentis want to erase Gabriel? Then the phone rang again, the voice unmistakable, though whispered through static. "Sasha," Gabriel breathed. "Gabriel, I'm trapped. I remember, but I'm fading. They're erasing me, we both are. Nemos isn't just a drug. It's a cage. They told me to tell you. You're in danger if you dig deeper." "Who? Why?" His voice cracked with urgency. "Lucentis? But not just them. The people behind the people. Secrets beyond your imagination. There's a program called Forget Me. Nemos is phase 1. They want to rewrite the world's collective memory, erase the inconvenient truths." Gabriel wiped away a tear. "I won't let them. Look in the files on the flash drive," she said. "There's proof, but it's encrypted. The key is in your mind. You remember more than they think. You had to outsmart them." Then the line went dead. Gabriel spent the night poring over Leon's files. The encryption was sophisticated, a puzzle designed to defeat even expert hackers. But Gabriel was no stranger to puzzles. He tried a desperate gambit, drawing on memories of Sasha, Marcus and the accident. Fragments buried under layers of Nemo's therapy, hoping that emotional triggers could unlock the code. As the first glow of dawn cracked over the skyline, the drive blinked green, the files decrypted. Inside were files labeled in bureaucratic coldness. Project Forget Me. The documents detailed layers of clandestine experiments activating worldwide under the guise of trauma therapy, intertwined with political manipulations, media censorship, and psychological warfare. Nemos was the cornerstone of a global campaign to remodel collective human memory and silence dissent. The ramifications were monstrous. Gabriel felt the weight of responsibility crush down. If this got out, it could ignite revolutions, or totalitarian crackdowns. He had to choose carefully. The following day, as Gabriel prepared to leave with the evidence, his apartment was ransacked. Some of his notes were shredded, his computer battered. But the flash drive was missing. His heart pounded as he spotted a slip of paper taped under the kitchen table. "Forget me." A cold realization crept over him. Lucentis's reach was long. Sasha's warning was real. They were coming for him. They wanted to erase not only memories but the very existence of those who dared resist. Adrenaline surged, and Gabriel packed a bag, ducking out before the shadowy operatives could return. He wasn't just running, he was hunting for allies. He contacted Dr. Cecilia Marin, a neuroethicist who had spoken against Nemos publicly. She met him at a quiet cafe, eyes scanning the room nervously. After Gabriel filled her in, her hands trembled. "This is beyond unethical medical practice," she whispered. "This is psychological tyranny. We need the world to know." Gabriel nodded. "But the power behind it is enormous: politicians, corporations, intelligence agencies. They won't stop." Dr. Marin sighed. "Then we expose them all." Now, together, they crafted a plan to leak the documents internationally while protecting their own identities. Gabriel recorded a detailed account, every illicit detail that could crumble the lie Nemos had sold. He also included Sasha's fragmented voice, her warning and her fading memories, like a digital fossil testimony. Weeks passed. The exposé went live, shaking governments and igniting fierce debates on ethics, memory, and personal freedom. Thousands of Nemos patients demanded answers, some claiming to have escaped the mental rewrite intact. Gabriel remained in hiding, but something gnawed invisibly at him. Sasha's voice in his mind, refusing to be silenced. One night, his encrypted phone chimed. A message from an unknown account. A location and time, with a single phrase, "Remember me." Against every instinct, Gabriel went. The old church was abandoned and crumbling, a relic swallowed by vines. Inside, a face appeared from shadows. Sasha, brighter but fragile, her eyes clearer than before. "I fought back," she said softly. "I learned to shield my mind, to stop the rewrite." Lucentis didn't succeed. Gabriel embraced her tight, relief washing through him. "But it's not over," she warned. "Forget Me still moves forward, different countries, deeper programs. People will keep fighting, and we must too." Gabriel nodded. "Then we remember, for them all." Outside, the city slept, but Gabriel and Sasha had reclaimed their memories. And with them, the truth that no drug, no company, no power could imprison forever. For more stories, like and subscribe.